God has nothing more to prove in his work. It's all done. It's all done. I mean, imagine if you and I can get to a place like that. Nothing left to prove. Nothing more to do. No more angst. A kind of enjoyment and satisfaction. And you see, when we read this command, I think we are invited by God to experience rest as he does. Rest because I rest. And experience the same kind that I do. And here's why I think we need that kind of rest. We need something more than just a day off, just another vacation, just another weekend, right? Another fun trip somewhere. We need something much better than that. And here's why. Is because real rest restores my identity and value. Real rest restores my identity and value. I read this last week about America's love affair with work. The author said that when you come to this country, you can believe in whatever God you want to believe in, and you can worship within whatever religion you want to worship in freely when you come to this country. But the one religion that we all worship together is the religion of work. Workism. We do it, and we do it well. And you know what you get for your obedience? More of it. We reward people who work hard with what? More work. You did amazing. Here is a promotion and more to do. That is how we treat each other. And over time, that has created this sense within us in which we tell ourselves and other people that I am what I do. I am what I do. And I have value and meaning and purpose because of what I can produce for you and for other people. And if you are not on this same trip, then get out of the way and let the rest of us work. That is how we treat people. You are valuable because you can make something. You are especially valuable if you can make something that benefits me. That's terrifying. There is no love in that. There is no kindness in that. There is no life in that. There is no rest in that. And the reason why we find ourselves there and unable to rest are a few reasons. Number one, let's just be honest. We have got to get paid, y'all. We need money. You need money. You up top, you need money. You down here, you need money too. We got to get paid. We have stuff to pay for and buy and things we want to do. And so this command with the Sabbath needs to kind of find itself within my bank account and the situation I'm seeing there. But secondly, there is this voice, this inner voice that says, perform. Perform, perform, perform. Who's going to do it if I don't do it? This whole thing is going to fall apart if I don't make this happen. If I don't crush this meeting, if I don't get this project done, if I don't answer this email, it's got to be me. It's got to be me. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And we are a culture that values hustle over holiness. And we tell each other, keep going, grind on, just make it. You got this. We're killing ourselves. We're not killing our work, we're killing ourselves. But then lastly, there's this social pressure though. This kind of outside pressure that just closes in that says, you better start doing something or you are nobody to the rest of us. And it's hard. And maybe they don't talk like that, but they certainly act like that. And we know it's there. And you see, this passage in Deuteronomy 5 there in your notes, it's actually the same command repeated again from Exodus 20. In fact, the whole book of Deuteronomy, we might say, is the law repeated again for God's people because we need to hear things again before we actually do anything about it. But there's a little change, though, in Deuteronomy 5. Notice there in the middle of the verse, after he gives the command to rest, notice what he says. Remember that you were once slaves in Egypt, but the Lord your God brought you out with his strong hand and powerful arm. That is why the Lord your God has commanded you to rest on the Sabbath day. You see, the call to rest is a way for you to be reminded of who you are. Remember when these commands were given? Israel was in captivity. They were slaves in Egypt for 400 years. You were a slave. Your parents, slaves. Your grandparents, slaves. Your children, slaves. Their children, slaves. And their children, what? Slaves. And you know what you did? You made bricks for Pharaoh. That was your identity. You made bricks. After day, after day, after day. Bricks, bricks, bricks. Make them or die. Were there health benefits in Egypt? You got a 401k lined up in Egypt? You got sick days, vacation days? You got none of that in Egypt. You are a slave. You are defined by what you do, and that is it. But you see, when the commands were given, they were basically told, do these things, not because they will save you, but because you are already saved by me. In other words, they're not being told, obey these things perfectly, and then I will set you free. No. These commands are a demonstration of what free people look like. And so, Sandals Church, if you cannot rest, then you are not free. Because free people know how to rest. They know how to do it. And that's the invitation here. To find yourselves, again, defined not by what you can do. And don't think now this is just like an added task to your already jammed calendar. And now I gotta rest. It's not at all what's being said here. The Bible is saying no. Rest is fundamental to who you are, which means everything else on your calendar better revolve around this moment. Take everything off. Reconsider who you actually are at the core and start from there. You see, Sabbath begins to give us this voice that says no, especially in a culture where everyone is telling us now. Do it now. Do this now. You say no. We will not serve oppressive powers, because do we benefit from our overwork? I do not think so. Netflix does. Instacart does. And that's great if you work at Instacart. I use you, so don't be upset. But we don't benefit from our overwork. So Sabbath is this invitation to rediscover who we are apart from what we do, because you are not identified by those things. And so stop and rest.